Today was a day to kind of do a little bit of yin. So my friends that like the yins, we'll go with a little bit and see how we feel. Having any props you have available for you, remind you that the yin practice, we want to stress and work and yet be able to relax. So we need to prop things up and find that place where it's a bit of a challenge for us and yet one we can remain in for a while. So let's go ahead and just take yourself into a butterfly pose, propping something underneath your knees. Maybe you're up on a bolster, or let the hands rest on the knees, your shoulders back and down, and sitting in that position, yet we're nice and tall. And then take the time to maybe eyes closed or soft gaze, just to bring everything more centered, ignoring all the sounds, thoughts that are around us. So take some time to set in. Let the facial muscles soften. Create space between your teeth. With the knees being supported, let the legs rest on the blocks. The hands are resting on the legs. We're sitting up tall. Take the focus to your breath. Become aware of the rhythm of your own breath. Letting go of the thoughts that distract you. Let the breath be your anchor that keeps your mind here. Remind yourself that if the mind wanders off and thinks of something, acknowledge it and bring your mind back to the breathing pattern. Make no judgment on your mind. That is the mind's job, to hear things, to acknowledge, to think. But we want the mind to just think on breathing in and breathing out. Let that be the job of the mind right now. Stay present with the breath, but maybe notice how your body is feeling in this position. Again, it's an acknowledgement. It's not changing it unless there is sharp pain, tingling, numbness, or falling asleep. Otherwise, just remain present in how the body feels, how the breath is. As we remain in this pose for a little bit, allow yourself to soften. So you might find that your body naturally wants to fold over, more into a fold, or you might be wanting to remain where you are. Don't rush anything with your body. Don't force anything. Let this practice be just what it is. Let the body tell you where it needs to go. We'll be here a little bit longer. If you're able to, take deeper breaths. And then come back to the natural rhythm of your breath. If you've folded forward, slowly bring yourself back up to seated. Let the chin drop to the chest. Allow a little bit of a stretch in the back of the neck. Creating a little bit of movement between these long poses is a good way to do this practice. And we are still in our butterfly pose, so we're getting that going along with it as well. Create some movement, rolling the head to one side and the other side gently. And then chin back to the chest, and a very gentle lift the chin up. Take it back a little bit, so like you're nodding yes. And then the chin back to its neutral place. A couple shrugs, shoulders to the ears and release. And shoulders to the ears and release. All right, so let's get ourselves out of this butterfly pose, and you're going to take the hands and bring the knees towards each other, extend the legs out, and now create some movement. Just kind of point and flex the feet. Okay? It's good to do a little bit of movement in between the holding of poses. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and take ourselves onto our hands and knees. Once here, just a little cat-cow movement for yourself. Then we're going to make our way into our child's pose. So you might find you want blocks to stack. You might want a blanket under your knee. Just find all those props around you. All right, once you've got all those props around you, let's work our way into child's pose. If you can, knees together. Know yourself, there is the option of the wider legs, right? Bringing the hands alongside the body and let the head rest on something. So we want to allow the neck to relax a little bit as well. So find your way into your child's pose. And we'll get there, and we're going to remain here for a bit. So make sure you are at a place where you can remain here for a few minutes, all right? So take the time, readjust. And then get yourself set in. And then allow yourself to soften. Let the shoulders relax, hands, and tune into your breathing. All right, once we've tuned into the breathing, try to expand the back. So feel the lungs on each breath expand and release. Allow yourself to soften into the pose as well. Focus back on the breath. Take a few deep breaths. And then you'll return back to the natural rhythm. Another 30 seconds. Take one more deep breath. And let it all the way out. So as we transition from pose to pose, move slow. Take a moment to notice how you feel. Blocks out of the way, you can come forward a little bit. And my feet always lose the feeling a bit, so create a little bit of movement. Stretch and move and stretch and move. All right. Take a little stretch back, legs go back. Maybe you like down dog. Stretch into down dog. Create a little bit of movement. And then come back down on your knees. We're going to come forward into Sphinx, all right? So making yourself all the way down onto the mat. Flat against the back, okay? I'm going to flip myself around so you guys can see. I can see you, you can see me. I want you to see where my arms should be. So with Sphinx, the hands are in front. Give the hips a little wiggle. And then push down into the floor. And allow yourself to lift up and create length. Shoulders go back and down. Right? You can find that your head stays up. You might gaze down. This pose, depending on when you've done it last, can be a little bit intense. So if you need to take a little break and come back down as we're here, just lower yourself down, take a few moments, and bring yourself back in. Find the activeness of this pose as we lengthen up. Return back to the focus of the breath. Create that space, soften the face. Another minute. If you like lifting up into your seal, you can do that option as well. 30 more seconds, deepen the breath. Ten more. And then allow yourself to come back down. Place the hands down, let your forehead rest. Put a bend in the knees and let the legs just kind of windshield wiper side to side. Okay. Let's slowly make our way up. All right, let's do for our final pose. I know I'm just not doing too many, it's just a short little version. We're gonna do a twist, all right? And we're gonna do it seated. Just taking one leg over the other. If you want to wrap all the way, you're welcome to do that option. Sit up tall. We're gonna twist towards our bend in the knee. If we need anything underneath hips, please grab that stuff, right? And we're just gonna, I don't want us to crank like we're totally twisting. But take a deep breath in, lift up, find the twist. Your backhand might walk a little bit farther. You could even put a block back there to reach. Right? And then you can find maybe your head turns more. But we want to be able to be in this position for 2 minutes. So don't let it be too extreme. And try to relax any muscle you can while keeping yourself strong and posed. Let the breath be long. have one more minute. We're at 10 seconds. Good, bring ourselves back to center. Oh, okay. So let's do the other side. Take the legs out, give them a little bit of movement. Rub the thighs. Stretch forward, reaching. Create some movement. Then the other leg will be up. Again, you can bend the other leg or not. Personally, this is my unhappy side. So I'm not forcing anything more than I can do. I still want to find my lengthening and my twisting as best I can. For 2 minutes, let's take it to the other side. Hollow the belly in, lengthen up. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Find that place to remain. Focus on breathing. And as you're here, you might find the body gives you a little bit more space. Less than a minute. The last 30 seconds. Deeper breaths. Good. And return back to the center. Whew. All right, take the legs out. Stretch. Okay. So understand it's just being a very shorter version. This being a shorter version of a yin class. You know, sometimes we just need a few little stretches. So that was the opportunity I wanted to give you. In any of our practices, taking time just to let the body absorb everything is a good thing to do. So no matter how short it is, it's also a good thing for the mind. With our mind the way it is right now, we're a little bit more stressed maybe, not knowing what the future brings. So definitely want to find some Shavasana time. If you'd like to get yourself up against the wall and put legs up the wall, it's another good position to be in. Or just lay on your mat. So take ourselves into our final relaxation. Take a few moments just to notice how the body is feeling now. I do have other practices on YouTube that are a little longer, so if you needed a longer version next time, pick up one of those. There's plenty on any internet, so you're welcome to choose anybody's version of anything. Just recommend that you get some yoga in. So make your way hopefully comfortable, right? Just laying down. Take a deep breath in and let the breath out. Let the body relax. Just feel it against the surface. Soften all the muscles. Again, staying present with the breath. Just allow your body to absorb the yin practice. And you're welcome to remain here longer. I'll allow myself just to fade out. And I just want to wish you all a wonderful day. Thank you for being a part of my life. And namaste to you all.